Hey folks, I'm Camille Who Armstrong, the performing arts Renaissance woman. For over 40 years, I've worked as a performer, educator, consultant, and coach. But most importantly, I'm a parent. From classrooms to stages to bedtime routines, I've spent my life nurturing creativity, character, and connection in the next generation. This series is for you, whether you're expecting, learning as you go, or parenting for the first time, or even third time around. I'm here to share the insights, tools, and real talk I've gathered over 4 decades of hands on experience. Welcome to Camille Who, the Child Whisperer. I'm so glad you're here. Camille Who here, the Child Whisperer. And in this mini series within the parenting series, we are uncovering what I like to call the 8 parenting blueprints. These are unconscious patterns that we default to as parents. I'm not judging. A lot of these, if not most, if not all, of these patterns I've seen within myself, have picked the brains of many parents, and realized that most of us have a little of every one of these blueprints in us. Some of us are, but we all have a more dominant parenting blueprint. And these are what we default to when stress runs high, when emotions run high, when sleep deprivation hits, when the tantrums begin. It's what we default to, despite our best intentions. So, really, being intentional, being aware is really what changes everything for us as parents, and also as for our child and our children, and the future. We are impacting the future, our communities, in a very positive way, in a powerful way, by becoming intentional and becoming aware. Now, I encourage you to watch the rest of the mini series, which is called The Parenting Blueprint. But so far, we've covered the fear-driven parents, loyalty-driven parents, and control-driven parents. Today, we're talking about something different: the irresponsible. Now, this one is not about being a bad parent. This is more about the parent really avoiding the weight of parenting. This parent may have had a very easy upbringing, had little structure growing up, or had an overly strict upbringing and now avoids structure completely. Either way, they don't grasp the weight of intentional parenting, avoid standards, they avoid systems, they avoid discipline, they avoid ownership. They tend to believe it'll work itself out. My kid will figure it out. I might just get lucky with a good kid. They confuse hope with strategy. And when issues arise, blame shifts. The other parent, the daycare, the teacher, the society, the temperament of the child. Anything but ownership. Their common phrase, I know, but, which really means I understand what you're saying, but I don't want to change. The hidden driver here is avoidance, fear of conflict, fear of being disliked by their child, fear of making rules, enforcing discipline, taking responsibility, failing publicly. There may also be some laziness or emotional immaturity or unresolved resentment towards authority. Structure feels uncomfortable, so they avoid it. Here are some thoughts that go along with the irresponsible blueprint. Eh, it's not that serious. I'll see how it plays out. They're just kids. It's not a big deal. Feelings that come from those thoughts: avoidance, discomfort with authority, fear of rocking the boat, desire to be liked, complacency, sometimes denial, and actions that come after those feelings. No consistent boundaries, no meaningful consequences, overpraising cuteness, avoiding correction, letting the child run the show, ignoring developmental needs, pacifier, bottle, structure, blame shifting instead of ownership plus structure. The results that come from those actions. For the parent, loss of authority, public embarrassment, household chaos, relationship strain, power struggles. For the child, lack of self control, entitlement, emotional dysregulation, no understanding of consequences, difficulty respecting authority, difficulty functioning in structured environments. When the parent avoids responsibility, the child inherits instability. Children don't become disciplined by accident. You can't just hope for it and maybe it'll happen. Self control is trained, emotional regulation is trained, respect is trained. Parenting is not passive, it's deliberate, it's intentional. And when you are intentional with what you're putting into your child, you get better results. Hands down. If you don't lead, your child will. And who needs children to lead? There was someone who told me one time, oh goodness, what was it? He was talking about emotions, and he said that middle schoolers, no, emotions are like middle schoolers. You want them there, but you don't let them drive the car. To some degree, that is appropriate for what we're talking about right now. At the end of the day, like, you don't want your child running the show. They have no business being in the driver's seat. And the more you take a back seat, the more you allow them to run the show, the more they're just gonna feel entitled, the more they're going to, I mean, that's just narcissistic behavior that's in the making right there, okay? And think about what that does to a society. And because they are a product of your environment and your home, we all know it was your fault. Your strength is your relaxed nature, which is a gift. Your weakness, though, is your avoidance. Your child does not need a friend first, they need a leader. Structure is not cruelty, it's safety. When you say do not touch the electric socket, you're not being cruel because you're creating a rule. You are now saving their life. And there are many different things, that boundaries that we have to create as parents to keep them safe, but also to really just guarantee their success in life. We can't, if we just avoid it, it's, we let them go crazy. We let them run the show. We let them go wild. This is, I mean, the results of that. I mean, children who are expecting other people to do things for them. People, kids, young adults who are children in adult bodies. These are adults that now have addiction behavior. That's an easy one. They think that they can just do whatever they want to do and there be no consequences because they didn't learn consequences and boundaries when they were in their formative years. So you're actually doing a disservice to your child and the environment and and society, right? You're now being a part of the problem and not a part of the solution. This is not to shame you. This is to bring awareness so that hopefully you can examine yourself, make the adjustment, reset everything. Discipline is not rejection, it's guidance. If your child throws a toy, you teach them at first We don't throw toys, and if you do it again, the toy goes away. If they intentionally do this again, then you can take the toy away because you have to enforce that boundary. You take the toy away. They may cry for a little bit, but now they're learning a lesson here. But they're also being guided into knowing how to behave when you in your house, how to take care of your house, how to behave when you leave your house. When they go to school, when they go to daycare, when they go to church, when they go anywhere else to a friend's house, a family member's house, they know how to behave. They know that you don't just take toys and throw them. They break things, they hurt people. And now it's just a part of their discipline. And now they're more respectful with toys. Here are some questions I'd like you to ask yourself. What are you avoiding? Why are you uncomfortable setting standards? Are you afraid your child won't like you? Are you raising a child or hoping for luck? I just heard an incredible quote from Dr. Myron Golden. So I'm not going to claim to I'm not going to claim this one as my own. But I need to, and I need to pull it up. I need to pull it up to make sure, because I had to type this down. I totally agree with this, and I'm so glad that he said it. It's what I've been teaching, but he really just nailed it. He really just nailed it, and I have to give him the credit. The responsibility of parenting is to take an out of control, irresponsible child who's self-willed and selfish and turn them into a responsible adult. And if you don't do that, when they become an adult in their body, in their mind, they are still an irresponsible, out of control, self centered, selfish child in an adult body. In a nutshell, we need to understand the weight of parenting. That's our responsibility as a parent, is to not create these adults these children in adult bodies that are running around society. Okay, you want to know what's wrong with society? Take a look at ourselves as parents. Take a look at what your parents did. Take a look at the last generation. Take a look at the patterns of each generation. In fact, the Bible is a very good book that can give you every single pattern that is humanly available and really expose us for our condition and why things happen the way that they do and why they repeat. And one of those things is being irresponsible. One of those reasons why things go wrong is because some parents are irresponsible. There were moments when I was irresponsible. These are patterns, like I said, I've noticed within myself, but then there are other parents that are very dominant in that trait or that blueprint for whatever reasons. The same thing with the other parenting patterns. So when we want to look at what's going on in our society and the wrong that's happening, we might want to tighten up on the awareness of the weight of parenting, especially if we are parents, because our the way that we parent is the way society is going to look like next generation. Now, the irresponsible parent does not need more information. They need more ownership. Leadership in the home starts with you. In the next blueprint, we will look at yet another parenting pattern, one that shapes families. I am Camille Who, the Child Whisperer, and I am out of here. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Camille Who, the Child Whisperer. A heartfelt thank you to the generous supporters of the Books and Beyond campaign. This series wouldn't be possible without you. If you're a new or expecting parent, I created Better Parent, Better Future just for you. I empower first time parents to embrace a positive mindset and navigate those early parenting years with confidence and joy. Click the link in the description to learn more or to find out how we can work together. Until next time, keep showing up, keep growing, and keep leading with love.